we're told that the line intersects the curve at another point in addition to A, at B, and they want us to find B. So if you take the equation of the line here, and you take the equation if you replace y with t squared and x with t cubed minus 8t, because that's what we're given here, you should have an equation in t that you can solve. So we solve for t to find points A and B. Now we already know point A, so we don't need that, but we're going to find it anyway because it's going to come up in our solution. So 2t cubed minus 16t minus 5t squared minus 9 equals 0. So that gives us, let's rewrite it as 2t cubed minus 5t squared minus 16t minus 9 equals 0. Now, it would be nice if we could factorize this, because it's cubic. It's to the power 3. So it's not easy to factorize unless you actually know one solution. We already know that t equals minus 1 is a solution. They've already given us for point A. So if t equals minus 1 is a solution, then t plus 1 is a factor. So we can find the remaining factors by dividing this by t plus 1. So if I take that and I divide it by t plus 1, when you divide the terms with the highest powers. So 2t cubed divided by t is 2t squared. Then you multiply by both. So you get 2t cubed plus 2t squared. Then you subtract, and you can subtract by changing the signs. So that will give you a 0. And minus 5t squared minus 2t squared is minus 7t squared. You then bring down the minus 16t, and then you divide this by that, and you get minus 7t. So that gives you minus 7t squared, because you're multiplying, of course. Minus 7t, and again you change signs. That's going to give you 0, and minus 16 plus 7 is minus 9t, and you bring that down, and if you divide this by that, you get minus 9, so that gives you minus 9t minus 9, and if you subtract, of course you're changing signs, that gives you 0. So there's no remainder, and that's what we were expecting because t plus 1 was a factor. So now we know the quotient. When you divide this by this, the answer is this. We still need to factorize this, so it's quite a long question. So we can factorize this fairly simply, I would hope. So because you have a minus sign here, it means you're going to have a plus and a minus. And are there two numbers that you can multiply to get 9? Difference of which is 7? Not really. Sorry, I didn't notice we have a 2 here, so that makes it even more interesting. So you've got a 2 here. So I guess you could put a 9 here and a 1 here and change that to plus. So you get minus 9x plus 2x is minus 7x. I guess this should be a t as well. So if we're trying to factorize that, because remember, that's how it started. If you're trying to factorize that, you're going to get 2t minus 9 equals to 0, or t plus 1 equals to 0. So t plus 1 equals to 0, t equals minus 1. We already know that. That's a repeated root for point A. We're not interested in that because we already know that. So we're interested in 2t equals 9, t equals 9 over 2. So this is the point we're interested in. But we still need to find x and y. All right, so the point B has coordinates x, y. Now x is 2t cubed, what was it? No, t cubed minus 8t. T cubed minus 8t, and y was just t squared. So this is 9 over 2 cubed minus 8 times 9 over 2. So that is that. And then you do the same for x. For y, sorry. So it's just 9 over 2 squared, which is 49 over 4. And that is that. And that is the final answer. Obviously, you put that in your calculator and find a final answer, but that's really how you would find the coordinates of point B.